Welcome back to another Argus video, guys. Once again, this video will have spoilers, so if you don't want anything ruined for you until it hits the live client itself, please hop on off this video and I will go ahead and see you next time. Thanks guys for dropping on in. So the last time that we went over the events on Argus, the Prime Naru Xe'ra was unfortunately killed, dealing a huge loss to the Army of the Light. However, despite this, not all is lost. The war continues to go on, and Turalyon informs us that Magni Bronzebeard may possess some information which can potentially tip the scales of the war into that of our favor. Now, a little backstory on Magni Bronzebeard. Magni, during the time around the Cataclysm, underwent a ritual to better commune himself with Azeroth, but the ritual instead turned him to stone. In Legion, however, he has returned, and he now has a pretty vital role in playing in the whole Argus campaign, since he has the ability to not only hear the whispers and voices of Azeroth itself, but also of Argus. He tells us that after hearing these voices, he believes that Argus itself is a titan, but the problem is that unlike Azeroth, that sounds like when she whispers to him, it sings to him, Argus sounds tormented and in pain. So there's a big difference between Azeroth and Argus, which Argus is clearly corrupted so far. But to make sure of what he has heard, he wants you to follow him into a chamber held by the Broken, where the Broken are keeping a relic that is holy to them and is ultimately linked to Argus itself. So after you and he interact with the relic, we learn that Sargeras has somehow raised Agromar, and that Agromar is serving the Legion's lord. Magni then sends us back with this information to Turalyon to relay the news onto him. Once we do, Turalyon makes the connection that Argus is the link to how the Legion is regenerating its forces, and once we destroy the Titan, we will be able to stop the Legion from constantly being able to return to life. But what's confusing here is that I don't know if Blizzard is implying that Argus's world soul is the sole reason that the demons of the Burning Legion are able to constantly come back. Because in Chronicle, when Sargeras was fighting the demons, they kept coming back, and so he had to construct a prison to hold them after they died so that they would not just return and ultimately undo his work and he would have to kill them again. And this was before his corruption and the subjugation of Argus. So I don't know what they're implying here. I don't know if they're changing the lore again, or maybe Argus is not the sole reason that the demons are able to regenerate, but maybe it accelerates their regeneration. I'm not sure. But anyways, that's pretty much it when it comes to Agromar and Argus. After this, Turalyon says that in his next sentence, he literally tells us that the Army of the Light has established a foothold near one of the Legion's military frontiers known as Nath'raxas Hold. So just like that, he hears Magni and his news about, Agromar. He then goes ahead and says, a Titan? Okay, let's focus on Nath'raxas Hold. So taking control of Nath'raxas Hold and the fortress will drive back the Legion from our borders, greatly reducing the chance that they can drive us back. Once we reach the Army of the Light's outposts, we start preparing our siege on the Hold. First off, Velen wants us to sanctify any corpses that we can find, so that we can ensure that they will not be corrupted and fall into Legion's hands, and so that they can ultimately rest in peace. Second off, Ramul is constructing warframes, which have the capability of decimating hordes of Legion lines. However, the mechanical structure is not operational unless we scavenge some materials needed in order for it to function. These materials can be found on the grounds in front of the Hold. However, they are still infested with the Burning Legion, so we have to take them out to recover the pieces. Illidan also tells us to thin down their ranks, and so after receiving our instructions, we go ahead and we carry out with our missions. Once we complete our quest, we return to Ramul, who tells us that the Warframe is nearly operational and that the only thing we need now is to recover a Fel Core, which the Warlocks in the Fel Pools down below currently possess. Illyria also tells us that a unique opportunity lays before us. Two Xe'ra within the Legion's inner circle have left the safety of Antorus, the Burning Throne, presenting the perfect chance for us to assassinate them. Once again, Illidan also has another task for us. Disable the spires along the pathway leading to Nath'raxas Hold. These spires have the capability of decimating our troops by the dozens if they manage to step within the range of their fire. So it is pretty much a must for us to dismantle them before we lay siege to the Hold, otherwise they will just outright destroy our ranks. So once again, we venture down to the battlefield below, and when we attack one of the Xe'ra priestesses, we actually see her harnessing the powers of Argus itself in an attempt to revive the corpses of the fallen Eridar. Before she can though, we kill her and Lady Herateka, the other Xe'ra priestess, and then we return to our encampment once again. Once we return to Ramul, he informs us that the warframes are now fully operational, and the time to lay siege to Nath'raxas' hold has come. The Legion is in complete disarray without the order instilled from their commanders, and their fortifications and defenses lay dismantled and broken. Now is the time to strike. So we hop into Transformer and spearhead the assault, engaging enemy troops first while the Army of the Light follows suit behind us. What Ramul apparently doesn't tell you, however, is that the warframe also comes with a couple hundred MS of lag, but regardless though, we butcher the Legion's lines and the bulk of those forces are in ruins by the time that we're done. Now after this, Turalyon instructs us to go ahead and take out Nath'raxas himself, delivering the fortress into the hands of the Army of the Light. Now unfortunately, I did have kind of a mechanic issue. I ran into the fight when someone else was already fighting and engaging him, and it kind of messed up the scripting when I actually came into the fight itself. But what's supposed to happen is that you're supposed to engage Nath'raxas, and he's supposed to rip you from the warframe, and you have to fight him man to man. But as you see here, I started off fighting him man to man because when I came into the fight previously, it already ripped me from the war machine. So even though Nath'raxas is powerful, his millennia of ruling over Nath'raxas' hold uncontested has made him extremely overconfident, and we swiftly put an end to him. After relieving him of his command, we venture forth outside where we rendezvous with the Army of the Light. Thank you guys again for your help. And a blank cutscene plays. Just in case you guys are wondering, there's not actually a cutscene itself that plays at the moment, it's just a placeholder. But after the cutscene takes place, we get teleported to the Vindicar, and we hear Turalyon say that Magni was right, and that Agumar is now serving under Sargeras. So I'm assuming that in this cutscene, Agumar and his forces arrive at Nath'raxas' hold, forcing us to retreat to the Vindicar, since when Nath'raxas dies, he says, "With my death, he will come." So that's probably going to refer to Agumar, since Turalyon refers to him after the cinematic. After retreating to the Vindicar, Illidan informs us that whether or not we hold the upper hand or not, whether or not it appears as though we are winning this battle, we are winning this war or not, our defenses must hold. We must succeed in destroying Argus, or the Legion will once again prevail. Anyways folks, that pretty much draws an end to this video right here. Next time, we will be following Velen as he returns to the lands of Makari that he was forced to abandon so long ago. And I must say that the questing and story in the next video is just amazing, and I really truly enjoyed questing through it. Anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like as it truly helps the channel out. And as always guys, I will go ahead and see you next time.